Very good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
How are you all? So last class we were doing which Ind AS? Ind AS 40. We have done the definition part. Correct? What is the definition of investment property? Investment property is a property held by owner or lessee under finance lease for earning rental income, for capital appreciation, or for both. Only this we have done. Then we have done special cases also. So 3 special cases we have done. Point number 1 is what? Dual use property. So if it can be separated, but when it can be separated? When it can be sold separately or can be given under finance lease separately, then it can be separated. If yes, then we'll apply Ind AS 16 and Ind AS 40 to separate part. Means if it is owner occupied property, Ind AS 16, for other portion Ind AS 40. But if it cannot be separated and owner occupied portion is insignificant, then what? Ind AS 40. And if owner occupied property is not insignificant, then we'll apply Ind AS 16. Then we have done ancillary services. So if the letter property is with ancillary services and the services are insignificant, then Ind AS 40. But if that services are significant, then we apply Ind AS 16. Example, hotel business. Then last point we have done investment property let out within group. So in IFS we'll apply Ind AS 40 when it meet the definition, and in CFS we'll apply Ind AS 16 if it is held within the group. I think that also you have understood. Then write down. Now whatever we'll do, that will be similar to what? Ind AS 16 but as per Ind AS 40. Okay? So write down. Page number. Okay, example. But page number. Property occupied by employee either rent free or concessional rent. Huh? So it will be what? No. Property occupied by employee, the entity's property has been given to employee either as what? Rent free accommodation or concessional rent. So what will do? That property has not been given for ever. Whether the property is given for lifetime to the employee. So this asset belong to whom? Owner, the entity. We are talking about entity. Okay. We are not talking about rent. We are talking about property. Property which is being constructed for future use as investment property. Future. In future we'll use it as investment property. Under construction, property which is being constructed for future use as property, so it should be investment property. Capital work in progress, but it will be investment property. Under capital work in progress, you write down what? PP or investment property. Write down the nature, na? Write down the nature. Okay? Correct? Now, write down. Recognition and measurement. This is point number 3. Recognition and measurement. So point number A, write down recognition criteria. Now in every Ind AS, first there will be definition, then recognition criteria. And recognition criteria of asset remain same. But it will be recognized recognize as an asset if and only if when two conditions. What are the two conditions? बताओ. What are the two conditions? First is what? Probable future economic benefit from what? From use of asset. Second is what? Cost can be measured reliably. Okay. Same point. So recognize as an asset if and only if probable future economic benefit and cost can be measured. ठीक है? Nothing to explain. Done? Write down point number B. देखो recognition and measurement of initial and subsequent cost same point we have done where Ind AS 16 initial cost subsequent cost, correct na? So can I say for initial cost always recognition criteria will be satisfied? Initial cost. Can I say initial cost can be incurred to acquire investment property or to construct investment property, correct? And when we call subsequent cost can be incurred for day-to-day servicing cost, correct na? And second is what? Replacement cost. One more point we have done inspection cost, but in investment property there will be no inspection cost, hence I am not writing. Okay? Can I say this will be recognized because recognition criteria will be satisfied ठीक है? Therefore it will be recognized as an asset, okay? Here day-to-day servicing cost, can I say recognition criteria criteria will not be satisfied. Correct na? Will not be satisfied. Therefore, recognize as what? Recognize as expense as and when incurred. Correct? Then replacement cost. Recognition criteria not satisfied. Correct na? Then what? Then can I say recognize as expense when they are incurred? If recognition criteria are not satisfied, then replacement cost will be also charged to PL. If satisfied, then it will be capitalized and added to cost price of investment property. Correct? Carrying amount of replaced part. What will do? बताओ रिटर्न this much रिटर्न not satisfied charge to PL account as an expense immediately satisfied capitalized and added to the cost price of the asset. Then carrying amount of replaced part, what will do? Replaced part बताओ should be what? Should be derecognized as per derecognition principle. Correct? बोलो any doubt? Derecognition principle. Carrying amount of replaced part will be derecognized as per derecognition principle. Same to same we have done in Ind AS 16. No explanation required. Correct na? Any doubt? बोलो Come to question number 1 of Ind AS 40. Page number is 244. Question number 1. Page number 244. X Limited own a building which is used to earn rental income. Investment property. The building has a carrying amount of 5 lakh, carrying amount of 50 lakh. So what is the carrying amount? 50 lakh. X Limited recently replaced interior wall of the building and the cost of new interior wall is 5 lakh. The original wall have a carrying amount of 1 lakh. How X Limited should account for the above cost? So minus how much? 1 lakh. Plus how much? 5 lakh. Balance is how much? 54 lakh. Look, very simple. But if you write down in this way, they will give what? No, they will give something. Not under. You need to write down what? This para about what? Replacement part, key replacement part. If the recognition criteria is satisfied, it will be capitalized and the carrying amount of replacement part should be derecognized as per derecognition principle. Then give the answer. Okay? Understood? So this question can be asked in exam. It is very, very simple. Then also it can be asked in exam. Okay? No doubt. Chalo. लिखेंगे. Next point. Point number C. We have done point number B. Now point number C. लिखेंगे. Measurement at initial recognition. Okay? तो लिखो point number 1. Acquired. First is acquired investment property. Investment property. So we'll measure at what? At cost. At cost. Correct? Cost will include. Cost include. Point number A. Purchase price. Now you know what is purchase price. Should I write down invoice price minus trade discount plus non-refundable duties and taxes? It is same now. Okay. Once again this will be repeated only. Second is what? Directly attributable expenses. ठीक है? Okay ना? So I am just giving the keywords. Cost will not include. Will not include. Point number A. Startup cost. Any startup cost. Point number B. Any initial operating losses. Any initial operating losses. Point number C. Abnormal loss. Abnormal loss, etc. Correct? So it will not include. Similar point we have done where? Under Ind AS 16. Point number 2. देखो acquired at deferred credit. Correct? This also we have done. So IP is measured at cost. Is measured at cost. ठीक है? And बताओ cost will be equal to what? Present value of all future payment. All future payment. ठीक है? Any doubt? Correct? In this, what will be the amount of interest? Amount of interest will be equal to what? Total future payment. Correct? Future payment minus what? Present value of all future payment. I think no doubt. But this interest will be what? Will be recognized as an expense over the period of credit, unless covered under Ind AS what? 23, borrowing cost. So it can be capitalized if it is a qualifying asset, and it is what? It is what? The borrowing cost is incurred before the asset is ready for use. Correct? Means all the condition of Ind AS 23 is satisfied. Then it can be capitalized. Correct now? Come to question number 3, page number 245. Page number 245. X Limited purchased a land worth rupees 1 crore. It has an option either to pay full amount at time of purchase or pay for it over 2 years for a total cost of 1 crore 20 lakh. What should be the cost of building under both the payment method? बताओ. Means it has an option. तो बताओ, if it is paid initially the entire amount, what will be the cost price of the property? And if it is deferred, then what is the cost price of the property? Huh? 1 crore, 1 crore 20 lakh. 1 crore? कि 1 crore 20 lakh? अरे, so what will be the interest? And this 20 lakh will be amortized in how many years? Sorry, will be charged to peer account. What will be the first year interest cost? 10 lakh. Second year how much? Pakka? 10 lakh, 10 lakh. Dekho, it means till now you are not SFM student. Till now you don't know FM means. You know FR, huh? I am talking about FM. Arey Baba, 10 lakh you will do equally. Then why you are saying 10 lakh, 10 lakh? Before saying think na. Can I say first you need to find out what? Present value you will find how? So IRR. Then you will find out what? Interest na. So let us do. Because this question is not done properly. How to write down the question? Solution let us do. Solution. लिखो. If, how to write down the solution? Best answer. If they ask for 5 marks, so you can't write in one sentence. Okay? What was the best answer? देखो. If payment is not deferred beyond what? Normal credit period. correct? Credit period, then cost price of investment property will be equal to what? 1 crore, correct? 1 crore. Means before 1 crore you should write down it is 1 crore is what? Cash and cash equivalent paid. Cost price of investment property is equal to cash and cash equivalent paid, which is equal to what? 1 crore. Okay? This is the first answer. Then second, if payment is deferred beyond normal credit period. Okay, sir? Then cost price will be equal to present value of future payment. Present value of future payment, which will be equal to what? 1 crore only. 1 crore, which will be equal to 1 crore. Means the answer remain same. ठीक है, then देखो, interest will be equal to 20 lakh, which will be recognized as expense over the period of credit, that is 2 years. ठीक है, by applying appropriate discount rate. ठीक है, तो will find out what? IRR. देखो, calculation of discount rate. So you will give me present value of future payment at 10%. Means 1 crore 20 lakh is paid at the end of 2 years. So find out present value at what? 10%. How much coming? One crore 20 lakh multiplied by what? 0.8264 ना? 8264. बताओ how much? 99 lakh 70,000 17 17,355. So we need to increase or decrease? We need to increase or decrease rate of interest? बोलो. We need to decrease ना? So let us take at 8%, I think it will come. So 1 crore 20 lakh into 0.9, 0.85, 8573. बताओ 1 crore 2 lakh 88,067.6. Now we can find out discount rate. Discount rate is equal to 8% plus 1 crore 2 lakh 88,066 minus 99 lakh 1 crore 1 crore minus 99 lakh 17,355 into what? 2%. बताओ 9.544. Okay. Nine point double five. We can 5455 is okay. डबल 5 कर दें. ठीक है 544. Okay. ठीक है okay. 55 also not wrong. Then we'll calculate what? Calculation of interest expense. ठीक है. That on year end. Outstanding obligation. Correct? Then interest at 9.544. Then what we write? Then cash outflow. Cash outflow and reduction in liability. Okay. So year end 1. It is 1 crore. But what is the interest expense? 9 lakh 54,400 now. 9 lakh 54,400. Okay. What is the cash outflow? 0. How much reduction in liability? Nil na. Reduction in liability is nil. So second year it will be 1 crore 95 lakh. Sorry. 1 crore 9 lakh 54,400. What is the cash outflow? 1 crore 20 lakh. Difference. Difference is what? 10 lakh 45,600. Okay. And reduction in liability will be what? 109 544 00. So this become interest expense. So you can't write 10 lakh, huh? So this become your better answer, best answer. You have done recognition of interest expense also. कि how much interest expense will be recognized during the 2 year. बताओ wrong है? Nine point? What 9 point? Where? This is wrong. 9.544. 9.554. 554? Chalo, happy. Okay. This will change? This will be how much? Whatever you are taking, that is correct. Don't, you have done जो भी है, that will be correct. Okay. Take whatever rate you want to take. अरे इसमें झगड़ा कर रहे बताओ 5455. Okay. ठीक है. Whatever rate is this 4-5. That might be due to approximation. You have taken this formula only. You have taken this formula. Then also coming different. How many are getting 9.55? And how many are getting 9.54? So we'll take 5-5 only. Majority. Okay, 5-5-4. Okay, change the answer. Shh. So this will become 5-5 now. Now happy? But the difference will be what? पूरा चेंज कर दिया. बताओ डिफरेंस इज व्हाट? 10,44,600. Now happy? But this for this small difference they will not deduct marks. Okay, don't worry. In exam, for this small difference they will not deduct marks. Chalo, now I think you have understood what is the best answer. So your answer should be best. Means whenever questions asked, so you should not write down the unnecessary thing. First point. From exam point of view, unnecessary thing if you are writing without the... What should be the best answer? Try to understand in exam, you do not get marks for the answer. First point. You get marks for the best answer. Okay? When we write answer, so out of 10 marks, every student will be from this margin. The marks start from this. Means below this and above this. Are you getting what I am saying? Means if I am checking the paper, my benchmark will be 5. So if I am an examiner, I should give more than 5 or less than 5. My intention will what? Less than 5 means in the criteria of failure. More than 5 means in the criteria of what? The student who are passing the exam. So this become what? Benchmark. Now even though you are writing answer which is 70% or 60% correct, they will give 6 marks. They will give 7 marks maximum. Are you getting? Then also you are passed. I am not saying 7 marks you are not getting passed. But in this 7, in some other question if you are getting 2 or 1, then to overall dangerous na. Means in every question to score 6 marks it is impossible. If in every question you are scoring 6 marks, then to 60% means exemption you are getting. So if every question you are getting 6 marks, exemption you are getting very good marks I will say. But in some question you are getting 6 and in some question you are getting less than 6, then there is a high chance of failure. Means whatever question you know, whatever solution you can write down properly, you should write down 100% correct. Means best answer, writing down everything. So what we should write and what we should not write, that also we need to understand. Unwanted information is not required. Unwanted, but suppose this is a question you are writing with as per Ind AS 40 investment property means unwanted. Definition of investment property you are writing unwanted. Now they will not give marks for that. So you are writing investment property is this, then dualist property you started writing pura in Ind AS 40 you have written. Okay? Unwanted information. So that is not required. This is the question. The question is about deferred credit, write down as per Ind AS 40. This is the criteria and this is the answer. Now, best answer means which is giving all information required. All information required. understood? Have you understood? And presentation. And presentation. How you are writing down the answer. Means when you are writing down the answer, you are not writing for your understanding. You are writing from examiner point of view. So he should understand your feeling. Ki whatever you are writing, that is giving the correct information or not. So when you are not writing for your purpose, you are writing for examiner. Even though sometimes what happened, you have written all the working note, but that working note is not clear only. Ki what you are writing, we are not able to understand. Even though your answer is matching, but we do not understand from where this answer is coming actually. You have written the exact answer, but we are not able to understand from where you have calculated this point. Will not give marks. Will not give marks. Means if you have done in calculator, you have written the answer. So don't expect full marks. Means you need to write down what is the background of that answer. What is the link of that answer. So you should give proper working note also. You should give proper working note. The best answer means very good, then we give more than 90% marks. Of course, it is full correct, we will give 10 out of 10 out of also. So even though in practical subject, examiner do not give full marks, even though your answer is correct. Even though your answer is correct. Are you getting? So you should always we should know how to write down the answer. For that, what we should do, what I used to do, कि now what happens, student थोड़ा सा there our nature has changed. We student has changed due to what? Unnecessary development in our life. Unnecessary development means we were also a student, we were also of the same view, whatever view you have right now. Means when we used to study, we used to have the same view, how much work we are doing, how much hard work, lot of stress we were also having. Same thing with you. Article C, then morning classes, article C, then no time for study. That same thing we have also gone, the same phase. But the difference is what? Ki we were not having unnecessary thing in our life. Now you are having unnecessary thing in your life. But the difference is this. We were not having mobile, WhatsApp, Facebook, future option I am saying. Are you getting what I am saying? So a lot of unwanted things in your life is there. Are you getting what I am saying? We were also having friend, all types of friend. You are understanding? All type, but no transportation facility, no communication facility. So only friend remain friend. Are you getting what I am saying? So unwanted, unnecessary thing you should always try to what? Try to avoid. Try to avoid. Then CA is very, very easy. CA is very, so CA become complicated because of that what? Unwanted thing. Are you able to understand? Correct? Bolo. Bolo. You will not understand. Chalo. Point number 3. Write down. Acquired. Acquired under finance lease. So acquired means investment property acquired under finance lease. So बताओ whether Ind AS 17 is applicable कि Ind AS 40 is applicable? Ind AS 17 कि Ind AS 40? Ind AS 17 कि Ind AS 40? No, in this Ind AS 40 is applicable. Are you getting what I am saying? Even though initial recognition is done as per Ind AS 40, not as per Ind AS 17. However, the formula remain same. Means they have also given same thing. Recognize investment property at higher of point number A. Initial fair value or what? Point number B, present value of what? Minimum lease payment from the standpoint of lessee. Right? Same thing they have given, but this is as per what? Ind AS 40. As per Ind AS 40. Okay? Done? Everyone written? Point number 4. Chalo, everyone delete it and write down what? Lower. How many of you written lower? And how many written higher? Acha, how many after writing higher they started thinking it should be lower? बता balance. क्या होगा बता? Lower or higher? Now तो lower only sir. ठीक है, whatever I'm writing, think about it, okay? Before writing, it should be lower or higher? Lower. ठीक है? चलो ठीक है, I have understood today. होता है. देखो, if acquired through exchange either entirely non-monetary or a combination of monetary and non-monetary. ठीक है? तो बताओ, what is the cost price of investment property will be equal to what? Fair value of asset given up plus minus cash adjustment. This cash adjustment you have understood. Or what? Fair value of asset received, whichever is lower. Okay. Whichever is clearly evident. Simple. However, if fair value is not reliably measurable, okay, if the fair value is not determinable, then what? Or exchange transaction lacks what? Commercial substance. बताओ, cost price of IP will be equal to what? Carrying amount of asset given up plus minus cash adjustment. Okay. I think no clarification required. Easy. So this was initial recognition. Done? Written? Then write down. Point number 4. 4 na? No, 4. 5. 4 only there. subsequent recognition means measurement at which date? Now, for this they have said only which model? Cost model. Means fair value model has been what? Not given as an option for investment property. Okay? However, as per international accounting standard means if I will say as per IAS 40, it is as per cost model and fair value model. But here they have deleted fair value model for investment property. Correct? Write down. Why? Very good question. Write down. First write down. IP is accounted under cost model. Under cost model. ठीक है? As per Ind AS 16. But only this, they have written this much, as per Ind AS 16. So means whatever we have done in Ind AS 16 average point will be applicable, but only for what? Cost model. Why fair value model option has not been given? There is no explanation given for this. But they have said that fair value will be disclosed in notes to account, but will not apply fair value model. Okay? Of course, it should be given as per my point of view. Option should be there, because if you are adopting fair value model for what? PP, so of course we should have fair value model for what? Investment property. But I think only there'll be only one objective, ki for investment property the fair value might be very much subjective. Might be very much subjective. Because investment property value is, I will say, normally it increase. Normally it increase. Are you getting? So when we purchase land, so normally the fair value increase, but what should be the appropriate fair value? That becomes thoda subjective. It depends upon what? Many factor. Depends upon many factor. So to remove that subjectiveness, they have deleted this option from what? From accounting. But they said that fair value need to be disclosed. Fair value need to be disclosed. Are you able to understand? But there is no explanation given why they have removed the fair value option. Of course, it should be also there from my point of view. And internationally, we have both cost model and fair value model. Correct? Understood? So if I am saying cost model means what? We recognize means investment, write down, investment property will be carried at cost. Cost means can I say cost is as per, cost will be recognized as per Ind AS. Which Ind AS? 40. Correct? Less what? Accumulated depreciation. So when I am saying accumulated depreciation, it will be calculated as per Ind AS 16. Means nothing has been given about depreciation यहाँ पर कि how to calculate depreciation. We need to go where? Ind AS 16. Already we have discussed depreciation. Then minus what? Accumulated impairment loss. Now to we become expert in impairment loss. So impairment loss. This is also as per Ind AS 16, but Ind AS 16 says as per Ind AS 36. So I am writing Ind AS 36. चलेगा? Ind AS 36. Are you getting what I am saying? So this become carrying amount. This become carrying amount. So depreciation will be calculated as per Ind AS 16, not as per Ind AS 40. Understood? So they have written it will be as per cost model as prescribed in Ind AS 16. No doubt. Correct? Note. Ind AS 40. Ind AS 40. From my point of view, pakka there is going to one amendment in Ind AS 40. They will also introduce fair value model. This pakka one changes will come soon. Because I will say this become what thoda sa it is not uniformity in what presentation part. If suppose we are doing revaluation model for all our asset, only in investment property we are writing at cost model, it is not giving uniform view. Not giving uniform view. So pakka there will be some time I will say changes in Ind AS 40, fair value model will be there. Okay? Understood? So Ind AS 40 only requires disclosure of fair value, and this fair value will be measured as per what? As per Ind AS 113. As per Ind AS 113. Okay. So, of course, if we can disclose, so it means fair value can be measured reliably. Are you getting? So if it can be measured reliably, so we should have which model? Cost model as well as a revaluation model. Okay, from my point of view. If fair value cannot be measured, then fact should be disclosed. Fact should be disclosed. Okay. Point number 5. देखो. Transfer. Transfer means reclassification. Reclassification. This can be important from exam point of view. Reclassification. Now, so there can be 4 situations. Classification from investment property to owner occupied property. Means initially it was investment property, now it has been, we started using it as what? Our business purpose. Okay? It can be a possible situation. Or classification of owner occupied property to what? Investment property. This can be a possible situation. Or there can be investment property to inventory. Investment property to what? Inventory. Or there can be what? Inventory to what? Inventory to what? Investment property. So this all classification will be done at carrying amount. At carrying amount. Now you know what is carrying amount, okay? Not cost price, it is carrying amount. At carrying amount of asset. At carrying amount of asset. Okay? Understood? Look. Transfer from one category to another category will be recognized at what? Carrying amount of asset transferred. Of asset transferred. Means what will the journal entry will do? If suppose this is the first situation, what journal entry will do? From IP to OP. OP account debit to IP at carrying amount of IP. At carrying amount of IP. Simple. Correct? लिखेंगे सेकेंड पॉइंट देखो, कॉस्ट प्राइस ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, कॉस्ट प्राइस ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी will not change, will not change for disclosure purpose, for disclosure purpose. What they want to say? What is the meaning of this? For example, suppose we have owner occupied property whose cost price is 10 lakh. ठीक है? And on the date of classification, the accumulated depreciation was equal to 2 lakh. Was equal to 2 lakh. So what is the carrying amount? 8 lakh. The carrying amount is 8 lakh. Now they are saying for disclosure purpose, cost price should be retained how much? 10 lakh. But investment properties should now come at what? 8 lakh. Means what journal entry will pass? Batao. Batao. Means cost for disclosure purpose, when we are disclosing, we need to write down cost price how much? 10 lakh. You can't write cost price is equal to 8 lakh. But it will be transferred at what? 8 lakh. Are you getting? So what is the meaning of this? Means what journal entry will pass? From OP to what? Investment property. So what do you write down? Batao? Investment property how much? 10 lakh. To what? To what? OP how much? 8 lakh. Difference is what? Credit. Accumulated depreciation how much? The correct journal entry. Huh? Whether this is correct journal entry? No, right? OPB also how much will come? It will come 10 lakh, okay? It will come 10 lakh. It means now accumulated depreciation of OP will do now. Accumulated depreciation of OP will now become accumulated depreciation of what? Accumulated depreciation of IP. So this is for presentation part. This is for presentation part. I am doing. कि भाई accumulated depreciation are supposed to what? Retain. It will not be what? Closed. The account will not be closed. So accumulated depreciation will also come in the presentation part. But investment property will now be carried at what? 8 lakh. Will be carried at 8 lakh. Means depreciation will be charged on 10 lakh, 8 lakh prospectively? 8 lakh. Not on 10 lakh. Understood? Means journal entry was not required. I can do in this way also. Ki now investment property will come in balance sheet. Cost how much? 10 lakh. Accumulated depreciation how much? 2 lakh. It become how much? 8 lakh. So for disclosure purpose, cost price cannot be changed. Cost price cannot be changed. Understood? Understood? Bolo. Then one more point write down. This was 1 to 3rd point. Write down. If investment property become inventory, if investment property become inventory, then no depreciation will be charged subsequently, correct? No depreciation will be charged subsequently. Okay. So of course inventory, so no depreciation then. Understood? Okay. Then point number 6, derecognition. Classification, how? That is classification of non-current to current, current to non-current. What you want to ask? Shh. We can do. इसमें क्या है? AS 13, AS 13. Current investment to non-current investment. That was AS 13. We are doing what? Ind AS 40. Now there is no current investment, non-current investment. There is current asset and non-current asset. Whether we write now current investment, non-current investment, we will do that what? In Ind AS 109. Everything has been changed now. ठीक है? तो लिखो derecognition. Investment property should be derecognized when? Derecognized when? बताओ. When? Point number A, on disposal. Or point number B, what? When no future economic benefit is expected from its disposal. From its disposal. So no future economic benefit. Correct? So when I say disposal, disposal means on sale or what? Or when given under what? Finance lease. And when I am saying no future economic benefit is expected from disposal, means fully impaired. It means now it is fully impaired as per Ind AS 36. Understood? Easy. Very simple. Point number 7. Disclosure. Can you refer by your own? Refer page number 243. Now, every question whatever given is very, very simple. Can you do by your own? This is only matter of time that you should read. Chalo, what question will do? No difference यहाँ पर. Because no corresponding, no specific AS was there. No specific accounting standard was there. Now, if it is not expected from disposal, it means what? There is no use. It is held for use only. It is not held for sale. What? क्यों ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? तुम्हारे पास कोई प्रॉपर्टी कभी भी डिस्पोज ऑफ कर सकती हो. How it is possible that you have property and you cannot dispose of? Understood? Chalo. Now, one question will do. Question number 8. Question number 8. Question number 8. Chalo, we'll take question number 8 In financial year 2001-2002, X Limited incurred the following expenditure in acquiring property consisting of 6 identical houses, each with separate legal title, including the land on which it is built. The expenditure incurred on various dates is given below. On 1st April 2001, purchase cost of property is 1 crore 80 lakh. On 1st April 2001, non-refundable transfer tax 20 lakh not included in purchase cost. What you'll do? Add back. On April 2001, legal costs related to property acquisition. What you'll do? Add back. On 6th April, advertisement campaign to attract tenant. Exclude. ठीक है? Charge to profit and loss account as an expense. On 8 April, opening ceremony. मजा आ रहा है. What will do? Exclude. Throughout 2001-2002, incurred rupees 1 lakh toward day-to-day repair and maintenance. Charge to PL. X Limited uses one of the 6 houses for office and accommodation of its few staff. But this is what? PPE. Means out of 6, 1 is what? PP and 5 will be what? The other 5 houses are rented to various independent third parties. 5 is what? Investment property. Means you need to do 5 by 6. Whatever cost you have capitalized, 5 by 6 and 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 will be PP and 5 by 6 will be investment property. Read the answer. Okay, in this you should write down the definition of PP and definition of investment property. Best answer. Because this is a question related to definition. So wanted information is what? Definition part. So if you write as per Ind AS 16, this is the meaning of PP. As per Ind AS 40, this is the meaning of what? Investment property. Then write down your answer. It become a best answer. Okay? Every student will write down the correct answer. For this question, you can't expect that a student in CA final level, they are doing mistake. Means only 5% will be, I will say, Mahapudubak. We can't do anything from them. But every student, even though you are not reading this chapter, if you have not read also, you write down the correct answer or not? Bolo. You write down correct. It is based on your basic principle accounting student also. So everyone will write correct answer, but everyone will not get full marks. So I am saying who is getting full marks, that become what? A rank student. And who is getting 70%, 60%, 50%, they become pass. And those who are getting less than 50% come after 6 months. Okay? So you need to understand what is the best answer. Chalo. So with this we complete what? Ind AS 40 balance question you should read. We can start a new chapter. Take break, then we'll start. So we'll start now Ind AS 102 share based payment. Okay? Okay? Whether you have done this in IPCC. In IPCC, which chapter you have done? ESOP, Employee Stock Option Plan. ठीक है? ESOP ना? बताओ. In IPCC you have done ESOP as per which accounting standard? AS 20. वाह रे वाह. AS 20 is earning per share. AS 20. But in IPCC you have done ESOP as per which accounting standard? There is no accounting standard, but you have done as per. Oi. As per guidance note. So whatever treatment you have done in what? IPCC, that was based on guidance note on employee share based payment. Employee share based payment. Understood? So what I have said कि in IPCC you have done this chapter based on what guidance note issued by ICAI. ठीक है? Now, Ind AS 102 name is what? Share based payment. And guidance note was on employee share based payment. Means can I say there can be non-employee share based payment also? Means when I am coming to Ind AS 102, it can be both employee and non-employee. Employee and non-employee. Means all types of what? Share based payment. All types of share based payment, excluding something what we need to exclude, that we need to understand. But can I say when I am saying share based payment, it will include both employee and non-employee? Employee and non-employee. Okay? Understood? Means the coverage of Ind AS 102 is more than what? Guidance note. Okay? Understood? But whatever you have done is done in guidance note, that was actually the copy paste of what? IFRS 2. That was a copy paste of IFRS 2, which IFRS 2 now become what? Ind AS 102. Means whatever you have done, that was, I will say, 70% will be same only. Only we need to now understand what are difference point. Okay? Of course, we'll do a advanced accounting treatment, means we'll cover all types of share based payment. All types of share based payment means share based payment not only include ESOP, it is more than ESOP. It is more than ESOP. So what are the other part that we need to understand? Correct? Now, first, point number one. Point number one, meaning. Meaning of share based payment. Share based payment. So let us first understand what is the meaning of share based payment. We'll call it SBP, share based payment. Write down. It is an agreement between how many party? Between how many party? Two parties. Can I say every agreement requires two parties? It will not be more than two parties. It will be two parties. Whether it can be more than two parties? No, two parties. The parties can be group of parties, okay? But it is always two parties. Suppose I have done one contract So this is what? One-to-one contract, two party. Every transaction has two party. It cannot be more than two party. Can you give me examples where there are more than two party? No, that is a separate contract. That is separate contract, the third party and lessor. Whether lessee is involved there? Whether in that agreement lessee is also involved? No, Ray. Any transaction involve two party. It cannot be more than two party. It cannot be more than two party. Can you give me any example? Huh? Bolo shares. What shares? Who is saying? Who said? Guarantor. What? Now guarantor. कैसे? बताओ. Everyone try to understand what is guarantor. A bank and guarantor na. So there is a contract between bank and guarantor and bank only. Guarantor is doing a contract with bank that if he fails, then I will pay. Where is A involved? No. This is a contract between guarantor and bank. That if A fails, then I will pay. The bank will okay. What independent existence? There is a contract. This is one contract. This is one contract.
But there is no independent existence for guarantee contract. So it cannot be called as separate contract. All will be a single contract.
Who said?
There is no independent existence.
What? This is a contract between guarantor and bank. Why it is not independent contract?
Without that, it would not have.
Arey Baba, there is a separate contract between guarantor and bank or not?
Right.
Yes, it is a contract only. There is a contract. This is separate contract. This is separate contract. Apply substance. Agreement mein there are three party does not mean there are three party involved. There is a separate contract between guarantor and bank. Are you getting what I am saying? There is a contract between what? A and bank for loan, and for guarantee what? Guarantor and bank. The guarantee is another contract. Guarantee is another contract, and loan is another contract. So it does not mean this is what? A three party contract. It's not a three party contract. There are two contracts यहाँ पर. 1, 2. Understood? In real life also, marriage how many person required? You will say Pandit is also there. Understood? So there every contract how many party? Two party. If there are more than two party, it is illegal and void. ठीक है चलो. Partnership agreement. What? Partnership agreement. चलो ठीक है. This partner, this partner, this partner. They have done contract with partnership firm. ये हो रहा है. Understood? तो यहाँ पे what? Contract is what? Agreement ये हो रहा है. The partnership firm is one entity, artificial person. कि I become partner, I become partner, I become partner. Understood? Correct? Think about substance. It is an agreement between two party, where one party is what? Entity, and just write down, or group entity. Just write down. I will not discuss right now why group entity. Entity or group entity. When I am saying group entity means it can be holding or subsidiary of entity. And another party. This another party can be either what? Employee, or it can be non-employee. It can be non-employee. So it is an agreement between two party. Party means what? Entity and another party. Another party can be employee or non-employee. ठीक है? Understood? Which means agreement entitle. Which entitle another party means employee or non-employee, another party to receive point number A, cash or other asset, cash or other asset, which is based on the price of equity instrument of entity or group entity Whenever I writing group entity, एक बार exclude. Don't think about group entity right now. So which entitle another party to receive cash which is based on the price of equity instrument. When I am saying equity instrument, it means one of the example is equity shares, but it can be more than what? Equity shares. Are you getting what I am saying? So for equity instrument, we need to go to Ind AS 32. What is the meaning of equity instrument? Okay? For this chapter, we can assume it is equity shares because every question is based on equity shares only. Equity shares. Okay? Or point number B, equity instrument of entity or group entity provided specific vesting conditions if any are met. ठीक है? Provided vesting conditions if any are met. So this is the definition. Let us understand what they want to say. ठीक है? Written? So what they want to say कि it is an agreement. So agreement means contract. Now when I say agreement contract, so what is applicable? Contract Act is applicable. Understood? It can be either written, oral, etc. Correct? So it is an agreement between two parties. Parties are entity or another party. Another party can be employee or non-employee, but is employee and non-employee do not include shareholders. Are you getting what I am saying? When I am saying employee or non-employee, other than what? Shareholders. But let us understand why I have written other than shareholders. ठीक है? Give me थोड़ा time. Which entitle another party to receive either equity instrument means equity shares of what? Entity. I think ESOP may you have done what? Equity shares. Are you getting? Means A Limited, Mr. Ram is what? Employee. Mr. Ram is employee. If there is an agreement between this, कि Mr. Ram will provide some services and A Limited will give what? Equity shares. So this is, can I say, employee share based payment? Similarly, A Limited, if there is what? Mr. Ghanshyam, are you getting? He is non-employee. He can be a supplier of goods. And This is providing goods. Providing what? Goods. And A Limited has done a contract that he will make payment in the form of what? Equity shares. So this is also what? Share-based payment. This is also share-based payment. Are you able to understand? Correct? Understood? Now, question arises. A Limited, Mr. Ram, everyone try to understand this point. Mr. Ram is employee as well as shareholder. It can be a possible situation or not. He is an employee as well as shareholder. Means he might be holding what? Some shares. An employee, there is no restriction. He can hold shares or not. Or he might be a director also. He might be a director. Director have some shares always. Are you agreeing? So he is what? Shareholders. And now he is providing what? Services. He is providing services in the capacity of employee. In the capacity of employee. Are you getting? And A Limited has done a contract that payment will be done in the form of equity shares. But whether it is covered under Ind AS 102? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, it will be covered. Because here employee is giving services on the capacity of what? Employee. Are you getting what I am saying? So when I am saying will not include shareholders, means the employee is not acting like what? Shareholders. So this transaction is done on the capacity of employee, not on the capacity of what? Shareholders. Not on the capacity of shareholders. I will take one more example. You will be able to understand this example. A Limited, Mr. Ram is what? Employee as well as shareholders. And A Limited announced a bonus shares or right shares. Are you getting what I am saying? Batao. So this employee is also entitled to what? Bonus shares? Because he is what? A shareholders of the company. Are you getting what I am? But there is no consideration, or there may be consideration for what? Right shares. I should not write. There may be either bonus shares, no consideration. Bonus shares, no consideration. And for right shares, there may be what? Consideration. But whether it will be included? No. So this example, it is not covered where? It is not covered in Ind AS 102. It is not covered under Ind AS 102. Because here, this transaction is based on the capacity of shareholders, not on the basis of capacity of employee. The bonus has been given to employee on the capacity of what? Shareholders. Therefore, it is not covered under Ind AS 102. Are you getting what I am saying? So transactions should be either in the capacity of employee or non-employee. Non-employee can be also shareholders. Non-employee can be also shareholders. Understood? Means, if I say another example, everyone try to understand. He A Limited and Mr. Rakesh, okay? He is an investor, and a contract is that cash will be paid and shares will be issued. Equity shares will be issued. But whether it is covered? Because he is right now acting like a shareholders. He is a potential shareholders. Are you getting? So when he is giving cash and equity shares will be issued, there is a transaction between A Limited and shareholders. A Limited and shareholder, not in the capacity of employee, not in the capacity of other person. He is acting like what? Shareholders right now. Therefore, it is also not covered. Not covered. Not covered under what? Ind AS 102. Understood? This point below. This point you understood? Now, point number 6, everyone. Point number 6. Now, A Limited and there is one employee, Mr. Ram. Mr. Ram, employee. Mr. Ram has provided services in the capacity of what? Employee only. And A Limited has said, I will pay cash. I will pay cash. Whatever service you provide, I will pay what? Cash. Covered or not covered? Covered or not covered? Pakka? Not covered. It is not covered. But why you have said not covered? It is. Now check karo. Point number 1 is what? Cash. Which entitle another party to receive what? Cash. But that cash should be based on what? Price of equity instrument. Price of equity instrument. Means if I say in this way, you are writing all examples? Not writing examples. Writing now. No, I will not give time. If you are not writing, then it is your choice. Whenever I am writing good handwriting, you should write down. A Limited and Mr. Ram provide what? Services or goods, whatever. And cash is paid, but this cash is paid on what? On the basis of what? On the basis of price of shares. Price of shares. Means A Limited said that, try to understand, ki if the price, the contract is done when the market price of the shares was what? 20. So if it is increasing more than 20, we'll pay the difference. Are you getting? Samjhe? Now what is this I need to explain? If it is based on the price of shares, means the contract is done when the market price was 20. So when the service is provided, after providing service, the market price become 25. What is the difference? 5 rupees will be paid in cash. 5 rupees will be paid in cash. This concept is known as SAR. SAR means stock appreciation right. This concept is known as SAR, stock appreciation right. And whenever shares are given, equity shares are given, that is known as ESOP. Okay? So you have done in IPCC ESOP. SAR was not in our syllabus, even though some teacher teaches. Alag baat hai. How many you have done SAR in IPCC? No one has done. Na? Chalo, theek hai. Every good. So it was not in our syllabus, but many teachers teach also. ठीक है. The stock appreciation right is also part of what? Share-based payment. Share-based payment. Now what will be the accounting treatment of SAR? That we need to understand. I think a lot of example I have given. Once again I am coming to definition. So definition means what? Now I think you can understand. It is an agreement between two parties, and two parties entity and employee and non-employee. But employee is not acting like shareholders. So if I am written do not include shareholders, means they are acting like what? Shareholders. Then it is not a transaction of share-based payment, which entitle another party to receive what? Cash or other asset. But that cash or other asset is based on what? Price of equity instrument of entity. Or what? They are entitled to equity instrument of entity, provided specific vesting condition, if any are made. Means either there can be condition or it can be without any condition also. Without any condition. Try to understand everyone. Point number 6. This example number? Example number 6 tha na? 8. Chalo, whatever. Example number 8. Now, if I say there is what? Mr. Ram and an entity, and they are giving some equity shares without any future services. Means there is no condition. There is no condition. It can be also possible. It can be also possible. ठीक है? Means this is given for some past services. past services. Means 10 years they have worked. Because of that, they have given what? Some shares. Are you getting? But can I say, it is not specified. It is not specified in the contract. In the contract, it is not specified. Bola ki Mr. Ram, you will get what? Equity shares of this much. But can I say, we are giving equity shares on the capacity of shareholders or on the capacity of employee? Employee. Therefore, this will be also covered. It will be also covered. And this is known as ESPP. Sweat equity shares, if you know. You know sweat equity shares? Sweat equity shares. So sweat equity shares without any condition. There is no condition. In ESOP there will be condition. In SAR there will be condition. But in sweat equity shares there is no condition. Then also it is a part of what? Ind AS 102. Ind AS 102. So whether condition or without condition, if some shares are issued to any employee or non-employee, it is a part of what? It is a part of Ind AS 102. Have you understood? Correct? Have you understood? Bolo. Do you know what is sweat? Sweat means what? Sweat means what? What? Yeah? This is already done, means hard, already past compliance has been done. So due to your sweat, because of your sweat, we are giving what? Equity shares. So no future sweat, only past sweat. Understood? This is what sweat equity shares. Understood? Correct. Now, then write down next point. We have done meaning of share-based payment. Then add on point number 2. Meaning of, I said meaning. Meaning of SBP transaction. Now whenever I write SBP means what? Share-based payment transaction. It is a transaction. It is a transaction in which entity, point number A, in which entity, point number A, receive what? Bolo. Receive what? Goods or services from what? Another party. Now you have understood who are another party? Correct? Or point number B, incur an obligation to settle the transaction with another party, when goods or services are received by whom? By group entity. So of course point number B you have not understood. But let us first understand point number A. Okay? So in which entity receive what? Goods. Now what is the meaning of goods? But the goods here means what? Goods means what? Batao. What is the meaning of goods? Bolo. Whether it is inventory, PP, investment property, what? Bolo. It is inventory? Bolo na. But that you have done in bachpan. Here inventory, it will be PP also. It can be intangible asset also. it can be investment property also, it can be biological asset also, any goods, any asset. So they have written goods, it does not mean only inventory, it will include everything. Okay? So we receive what? Either what? Inventory or PP or any asset. Means can a simple transaction we purchase PP and the settlement is done in the form of equity shares is covered under Ind AS 102? Is covered under Ind AS 102. Okay? Now, services. Now what is the meaning of services? The services, write down, this will also include unspecified services. Means whether specified or not specified. Okay? Means it is not compulsory that in the agreement we should specify what is the nature of services. For example, in sweat equity shares, there is unspecified services. Unspecified services. Are you getting what I am saying? So it may be specified, it may be unspecified services. Any doubt? No doubt. Now, question arises. Example. Everyone try to understand this example. A Limited has done one contract with another company. Suppose I will write down in this way, and a charitable organization, whatever. Understood? And A Limited has given allotted some shares in charity. They have done one charity. Are you getting what I am saying? Has allotted some shares without any what? No consideration. No consideration. So of course here charitable company is not a shareholders. Are you getting? So here it is an agreement between entity and another party. Another party is their non-employee, in which A Limited has issued what? Equity shares? Has issued equity shares. The question arises whether it will be covered. Whether it will be covered, yes or no? Whether it will be covered under Ind AS 102. Yes or no? It will be covered. It will be covered. Here it is unspecified services. Try to understand, nothing is free of cost in India. We do charity also for what? Some benefit. Nothing is free of cost. Whenever we give what? Some amount to a beggar, there is also what? There is some intention that he will pray for us. Bolo yes or no? Whether you will give any money to anyone without any benefit, there is always some benefit of some what? Amount paid. So whenever shares are given to charitable company, there will be some services which is provided unspecified. Means that charity company will do a lot of advertisement that we have received this much amount from this company. And they will write down their name in somewhere. Amount received from this and this person. This is what? This is what? Advertisement one type of. Are you agreeing? So nothing is free of cost. If you are doing charity, there is some unspecified services. Therefore, it is also covered where? Write down covered under Ind AS 102. Any doubt? Correct? This point understood? Now, one more example. Now, suppose there is one company A Limited. A Limited is a parent company. And there is one company B Limited. B Limited is a subsidiary company. Okay? And employee of what? B Limited. There are some employee of B Limited. So बताओ, employee will provide services to whom? A Limited or B Limited? So employee will provide services to B Limited? Provide services. Or goods, whatever. Okay? But there is one contract between A Limited and employee that they will give what? Shares. to settle the transaction of these, where services are received from what? B Limited. Are you getting? So this is also covered where? Under Ind AS 102. Have you understood this point? So here shares are issued by parent company to employee, but services received by what? What? Group entity. Group entity. Now if you read, you will understand what they want to say. He incur an obligation. So here A Limited incur an obligation. Are you getting? Incur an obligation to settle a transaction. To settle transaction in the form of equity shares or cash, which is based on the price of shares. Which is based on the price of shares. Incur an obligation to settle transaction with another party when goods or services are received by what? Group entity. So here A Limited incur an obligation to settle transaction, and this transaction need to be settled either in the form of equity shares or in the form of cash, which is based on the price of equity share. Then it is covered under Ind AS 102. Understood why I am writing group entity at the beginning? So for this example, it can be an agreement between group entity and what? Employee. Group entity and employee of what? B Limited. Understood? This point you understood? Bolo. I think you have understood. Look. Point number 3. Not covered. Not covered by Ind AS 102. What are not covered? Excluded. First, agreement which are related to business combination. So can I say in business combination, so one entity will equity shares and some goods are received only. Are you getting? So if there is no Ind AS 103, then it will fall under Ind AS 102 only. So they have excluded because it is covered where? Under Ind AS 103. So which are related to business combination. So specifically excluded. Why? Because this is covered under what? Covered under Ind AS 103. ठीक है. Point number B. देखो agreement between entity and another party in the capacity of what? In the capacity of shareholder, then it is also excluded, and this is covered where? Covered under Ind AS 32, financial instrument. Ind AS 32, coming soon. Our next chapter will be this only, financial instrument. Point number C, financial instrument to buy or sell non-financial asset which can be settled on net basis. Of course, I can't explain you right now. So, what is the meaning of non-financial asset? What is the meaning of financial instrument? What is the meaning of net basis? We'll explain where. देखो covered under Ind AS 32/109. So there we'll do this. ठीक है? So these are not covered under Ind AS 102, specifically excluded. ठीक है? Point number 4. देखो बस हो गया, टाइप्स लिखवा के छोड़ दो. टाइप्स ऑफ share based payment. Types of share based payment. Only after writing this I will stop. Okay. Types of share based payment. There are 3 types. First is what? Equity settled. Equity settled, SBP. What is the meaning of SBP? So there are 2 examples of this: ESOP or ESPP. ESPP means Employee Stock Purchase Plan. If you want to write down. ESPP means Employee Stock Purchase Plan, which is commonly known as sweat equity shares. So ESPP means Employee Stock Purchase Plan, commonly known as sweat equity shares. So first this. Then we do cash settled. Cash settled SBP. This is known as what? SAR. SAR means what? Stock appreciation right. Stock appreciation right. Then point number 3, we have share based payment. Share based payment. Share based payment with what? Cash alternative. With cash alternative means a combination of 1 and 2. It will be a combination of 1 and 2. Either you take shares or you take what? Cash, as per your choice. So an option will be given to employee or non-employee, cash or equity shares. So combination of 1 and 2. Understood? So we are here to understand the accounting treatment of 1, 2 and 3 for an agreement between employee and non-employee. For an agreement between employee and non-employee. This will be the scope of this chapter. Chalo. For today this much only. We'll meet tomorrow.